Back out in the chicken yard this morning with our friend the tiny rooster, trying to call in the hens for a random morsel there. I'm going to continue on with these experiments around, trying to establish a little bit more greenness in this space using weeds that are in the garden and some other aspects. So we talked about this the other day. Very, very low tech, very, very simple system for lofting some mesh over an area where I stepped in some weeds. And you can see even just a few days later, it's not that impressive, but it's something for the number of hens in this space. We have over 60 in this area. The greens are starting to rebound. I figure with enough time they should be able to really start to grow again in a nice way, and we can add seed in between there. This trial seems to be working fine over here where the dandelions are starting to perk up again. The docks are starting to perk up. So these were all weeds in the garden, but in here with a little bit of protection from the hens, you can see here the bloody dock starting to green up. Again, this is just a few days, so I'm excited for the promise of it. It's not as though it's some final result that's amazing. Today I wanted to add to this experiment set with a trial using some cinder blocks that are currently not in use that I got for free on Facebook Marketplace, and our most recent compost pickup included a whole bunch of veggies that I think had, pretty much gone bad in a cooler. But they still have greens on them, and I think we could actually, I think we could plant these, and maybe they work, maybe they don't. If they don't, they'll feed the earthworms, and if they do, and they're protected enough, there's a whole lot of extra greens that can come from this. So let me set up a little experiment and talk about it. Really simple infrastructure here. I can put a weight on top to keep this metal mesh from moving. I think I can plant some of the roots right into the holes of these. In a way it seems ridiculous, but they kind of fit perfectly. These are carrots that definitely were on their way to rotting, but maybe with soil banked around them and with the protection of the mesh on top, they might actually have a chance to grow. So some coarse compost dumped on top. I know the hens will be able to pick at this, so they'll smooth it out. And when I put the mesh back on top, I can add some more compost on top of that and let the hens work that in rather than doing much effort here. So let me get that mesh on top. A lot of times the point with this sort of system is not to do all the work for the hens, but rather put the ingredients near where you want to see them go, knowing that the hens can do the rest of the work. So you can see I really dumped in a coarse way, but by the end of the day, I'm sure everything that's on this mesh will have been broken up and settled down and through, and whatever roots aren't covered, I can throw a little more soil on top and let them knock it through. So they get a lot of pleasure from that. It also breaks up the soil. They can find worms, they can find sprouts. It feeds them all the while. So a good reminder to not make prima donna context for your hens. Get the rough stuff together and let them do the final fineness of it, if that makes any sense. Slowly doing a bunch of weeding in the garden and trying to reclaim bed space. Like here's Siberian peach with good King Henry on the edges. And here's a bed that was run through pretty thoroughly with buttercup. That's in its own pile because it's a little toxic and I don't think we want to incorporate that into the chicken yard. But this pile is pretty fruitful. It's dandelions and purple dead nettle and some docks. So I'm going to cut the greens off of those. We'll feed those to the hens directly and then leave the stubs to actually plant. A little bit of extra work, but not too big a deal. So this is all greens that can be dumped and the hens can eat entirely. There's nothing really substantial in there to root. And then this side is all the trimmings from that that can be pushed into the soil. And I think with all the leaf reduction on the top, this is what I would do if I was transplanting a sorrel or a rhubarb, say, is cut them back a bit so there's less shock. And so as long as it's fast and easy and we're getting a yield from doing the work, these overwintered beets and dandelions and docks and et cetera, can all be planted in the cinder blocks in between and maybe in and amongst some of the sticks laying in the back. It really looks ridiculous, but I kind of feel like this has a pretty good chance of doing at least something nice. So the weeds are going to go in the middle in here, maybe some other roots from these bags. Boy, I just like the idea of giving them a chance. And again, we'll dump the greens for the hens to eat directly, and the cut off roots will be what I step in with my foot. Certainly if it fails or it's really not the right thing, there are no tools needed to disassemble. Certainly in a month or 2 or 3, if for some reason there isn't a lush green thing happening here, we can just simply move material and there'll be a huge increase in red wigglers under there. Anywhere in this system where there's rich soil that the hens don't have access to for a while, even if greens don't rebound in here, it's almost always an increase in soil life, nematodes, whatnots, and in highest value, the red wiggler. We'll let them continue to work at these very roughshod piles. They'll get the sprouts and worms, and it'll create an incredibly fine bed of material for the carrots under there, or the carrots under here. And I might fill this area out a little bit more with some remaining roots that are sprouted, and also fill out this area in the back where there's a bunch of logs and debris. You can kind of tell I'm ready to be done with this phase of the day right now, but everything's dumped. The stuff that's truly rotted is going to interact with the red wigglers directly, and the hens can kick them apart. These crates should maybe grow a thing, we'll see. And the rest of it feels quite promising. Lots of different layers of experimentation here, and of course we'll share updates as we go. Have you done things along this line, planting overwintered crops or waste crops, things from compost stream or waste seed in areas that are occluded from hens, to see if you can get more greens for them during the growing season? I'd love to hear about that in the comments. Thanks for watching.